Foreclosures in Oregon for May were down sharply, a drop of 38%. But could that be the quiet before the storm? Joining us now is our real estate expert, Rick Sadle. Rick, what's going on that could put more foreclosed homes on the market?
Well, to answer that, I got to give a little bit of history.
Okay.
Back when the foreclosure crisis started, they were using a system primarily here in Oregon of foreclosures called trustee sales, or basically out-of-court foreclosures. Well, when the mortgage electronic registration system scandal started, there were questions that since the transfers and ownerships of loans were not necessarily recorded in the county records, that the banks didn't have the authority to foreclose. The banks then started using the more expensive and lengthy court process of judicial foreclosures, so there was no question as to whether or not they could foreclose. A judge ruled that they could foreclose, so they could. Well, recently, the Oregon Supreme Court ruled in favor of MERS, and that not all transfers and ownership of loans had to be recorded in county records for an out-of-court or trustee sale type of foreclosure to proceed. So, long story short, the banks should be able to go back to using the less expensive and quicker, basically easier route to foreclosure.
You think that's part of the reason for part of the reason why there's concern that foreclosures might increase? And if they do, what's that going to do to the housing market?
Well, so the good news, I think that is part of the reason for concern, but the good news is with the prices going up right now, the all-around risk of foreclosure is lessened, because obviously if someone can't make their payments and they have equity, they could sell. But if somehow a glut of foreclosures did hit the market because of this new ruling, it could affect our prices.
Any idea, Rick, of all the foreclosed homes on the market right now, how many are vacant?
Yeah, so nearly 30% of the homes are vacant. And I think it's due to the fact that because of all these changes in foreclosure processes, et cetera, and because the banks were taking so long to foreclose, that the foreclosure dates kept getting extended. So people would get a foreclosure date and think they had to move out, and then they would, but then the bank wouldn't end up foreclosing.
So you say about 30% of the foreclosed homes now are vacant? Is that what we heard?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Rick, thank you much.
Thanks.
Rick Sadle is with Keller Williams Realty and PortlandRealEstateAdvisor.com.